The smart approach to conquering self-doubt for life. Introduction. The weight of self-doubt. Self-doubt is one of the most universal struggles of the human experience. It whispers in your mind, "You're not good enough. What if you fail? What will people think?" It can paralyze you before big opportunities, sabotage your confidence in relationships, and keep you from living up to your full potential. In 2025 and beyond, with social media comparisons, rising competition in careers, and constant pressures of modern life, self-doubt has become an even greater obstacle to success and happiness. But there is a way forward, applying the SMART approach, a practical, structured, and life-changing framework that can transform self-doubt into self-trust. Initially designed for goal setting, SMART can also be used to boost self-confidence. By breaking down self-doubt through specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound steps, you can slowly dismantle its power over your life and build resilience. This essay explores how the SMART framework can guide you to conquer self-doubt for good, one step at a time. Understanding self-doubt. Before tackling self-doubt, we must first understand it. Self-doubt is not inherently negative. It arises from the brain's desire to protect us from failure or humiliation. But left unchecked, it grows into fear, hesitation, and procrastination. Common triggers include past failures that shape our self-image, harsh criticism from others, perfectionism and unrealistic expectations, constant comparison to peers, lack of preparation or clarity about goals. The SMART approach doesn't dismiss self-doubt. Instead, it reframes it, giving us tools to manage it with logic, structure, and intentionality. The SMART framework applied to self-doubt. SMART is an acronym widely used in productivity and goal setting, but it can also be reimagined as a lifelong system for mastering your inner critic. S specific. Define the source of your self-doubt clearly. M. Measurable. Track progress in building confidence. A. Achievable. Set realistic steps that build momentum. R. Relevant. Ensure your actions align with your values and purpose. T. Time-bound. Create deadlines to avoid procrastination and overthinking. Let's break down each element and see how it applies to conquering self-doubt. S. Specific. Naming the doubt. Self-doubt thrives in vagueness. When you feel overwhelmed, your brain tells you, "I can't do this." But what exactly can't you do? By getting specific, you begin to dismantle the fog of fear. Example, instead of saying, "I'm not good enough at work," say, "I feel unprepared when I give presentations to senior staff." Once specified, the problem becomes actionable. Self-doubt no longer feels like a shadow covering your entire identity. It becomes a challenge tied to a context. Daily practice. Keep a self-doubt journal. When you feel inadequate, write down the exact situation, the thought, and the trigger. Replace vague generalizations with clear statements. Why it works. Specificity shrinks self-doubt from a monster into a manageable issue. Measurable. Tracking confidence growth. Confidence grows in increments. To conquer self-doubt, you must measure your progress, otherwise you'll forget how far you've come. Strategies. Create a confidence score from 1 to 10 for recurring challenges, for example, speaking in public, making decisions. Track improvement over time. Celebrate small wins. Did you speak up in a meeting? Did you apply for that opportunity despite fear? Record it. Reflect weekly on what you achieved despite doubt. Example. If your self-doubt centers on fitness, instead of obsessing over perfection, measure concrete actions. Number of workouts completed, minutes spent exercising, improved energy levels. Why it works. Measurement creates evidence that challenges the lies of self-doubt. Instead of trusting fear, you trust data and experience. A. Achievable. Building confidence with realistic steps. Self-doubt often thrives because we aim too high too fast. When goals are unrealistic, we reinforce failure, which deepens doubt. The antidote is achievable steps, small, steady wins that build momentum. Example. If you doubt your ability to speak publicly, don't start with a TED Talk. Start by speaking up in a small group, then progress to a work presentation, and eventually to larger audiences. Practical applications. Break overwhelming goals into micro steps. Focus on consistency, not perfection. Use the 2-minute rule. If a task feels intimidating, start with just 2 minutes to overcome inertia. Why it works. Each achievable step becomes a brick in the foundation of confidence. Over time, self-doubt has fewer cracks to seep through. Are relevant. Aligning confidence building with values. Self-doubt is exhausting and you can't fight it on every front. The SMART approach encourages you to focus only on doubts that matter most, those tied to your values and goals. Example. If you doubt your cooking skills but cooking isn't central to your goals or happiness, don't waste energy there. Instead, focus on doubts that affect your career, relationships, or personal growth. Questions to ask yourself. Does conquering this doubt move me closer to my larger life vision? Does it align with who I want to become? Will overcoming this doubt bring real fulfillment? Why it works. Relevance ensures you invest energy in battles that matter, not in chasing confidence for the sake of appearances. Time-bound, setting deadlines for courage. Self-doubt loves procrastination. The longer you wait, the louder the doubts grow. By setting deadlines, you force action before overthinking takes over. Example. If you're afraid of applying for a promotion, set a firm deadline. I will submit my application by next Friday. If you're nervous about starting a creative project, set a launch date. I will publish my first blog by the end of this month. Tools to use. Accountability partners. Share your deadline with someone who will hold you to it. Calendar reminders. Progress check-ins weekly. Why it works? Time-bound goals create urgency. They shift the focus from endless self-analysis to action, the ultimate antidote to self-doubt. Case studies, SMART in action. Case 1. The student overcoming academic doubt. Sophia doubted her ability to pass math. Instead of saying, "I'm just bad at math," she applied SMART. S. Identified her specific struggle algebra problems. M. Tracked her scores on weekly quizzes. A. Practiced 20 minutes daily with minor, achievable problems. R. Recognized that passing math was crucial for her degree. T. Set a deadline to improve before finals. By the end of the semester, her scores improved dramatically, and so did her self-confidence. Case 2. The professional facing career doubt. Marcus doubted he was leadership material. Using SMART. S. Realized his specific fear was leading meetings. M. Rated his comfort level weekly. A. Started by co-leading minor team updates before progressing to bigger presentations. R. Saw that leadership aligned with his career goals. T. Set a 3-month timeline to lead a full project review. He overcame fear and was later promoted. Complementary tools for the SMART framework. To maximize the SMART approach, integrate supporting practices. 1. Affirmations. Replace negative self-talk with empowering statements. 2. Visualization. Imagine yourself successfully rewiring your brain. 3. Mindfulness. Stay grounded in the present instead of projecting fear into the future. 4. Mentorship. Seek guidance from those who've conquered similar doubts. 5. Self-compassion. Remember, growth takes time. Treat yourself kindly in setbacks. The long-term impact of conquering self-doubt. Applying SMART to self-doubt isn't a quick fix, it's a lifelong process. But over time, the benefits are profound. Increased confidence. You trust yourself to handle challenges. Greater resilience. Setbacks don't derail you, they teach you. Improved relationships. You communicate with clarity and assertiveness. Higher achievement. Freed from fear, you pursue opportunities fully. Deeper fulfillment. You live aligned with your values instead of trapped by fear. Conquering self-doubt doesn't mean you'll never feel fear again. It means you'll act despite it, guided by clarity and structure. Conclusion. Your SMART path to lifelong confidence. Self-doubt may never vanish entirely, but it doesn't need to control your life. By applying the SMART framework, you replace vague fear with specific clarity, measure your growth, take achievable steps, focus on relevant battles, and commit to time-bound action. Courage is not the absence of doubt, it's action in the face of it. SMART gives you a roadmap to turn that action into a consistent lifestyle. So this year, whenever self-doubt rises, don't run from it. Apply the SMART approach. Step by step, you'll discover that the voice of doubt grows quieter while the voice of confidence grows louder. Because the most excellent habit you can build isn't just success, it's self-trust. And with SMART, self-trust can be yours for life.